The world returns in pieces. Smoke, salt, the echo of gunfire, and the searing heat of something unnatural inside you. You lie sprawled on cold stone, rain falling in curtains across Enies Lobby. The sky bleeds gray over the island of justice, but the flames licking at your fingertips glow green. Not just green, verdant, alive, pulsing, and wrong. Your clothes are torn, soaked in rain and soot. The cracks in the stone courtyard around you are blackened, still warm from whatever explosion you caused. Bodies lie scattered, Marines, all unconscious or writhing, some crying out about a monster of green fire. You stagger to your feet. Your breath steams in the air, though not from cold. The heat inside your lungs hums, like something is trying to speak. You don't remember who you are. A name, a purpose, gone. But your hands burn with truth. You know that. A shout, rifles cock. A squad of Marines rallies, aiming den mushi cameras and rifles at you. One of them, shaking, yells, "That's the revolutionary prisoner, the Cipher Pol traitor. Don't let them reach the gate." Revolutionary? Cipher Pol? The words stir something. A cold weight. But you don't have time to search for it. Your fingers curl, and the fire answers. A sweep of your hand and whoosh, a wave of brilliant green flame arcs outward. It doesn't incinerate, it strips. The soldiers fall back, screaming, not from pain, but as their coats burn away to reveal hidden truths. Rank tags vanish, Cipher Pol sigils flare bright before being consumed. One soldier drops to his knees, babbling, "I never wanted this, I lied on my enlistment." The fire feeds on deception. That's what it is. A devil fruit? It must be. The Verdant Flame, a power that consumes lies and reveals the raw truth beneath. Your body reacts before your mind can keep up. You dodge bullets with uncanny instinct, flipping behind a scorched pillar. You're fast. Not superhuman, but precise. Controlled. Like you were trained for this. That cold weight again. Soldier training, but tainted. A scream breaks through the gunfire. Not from pain, from despair. You turn, and time slows. Nico Robin. She's shackled, dragged across a shattered bridge by Spandam's men. Her eyes lock with yours, fierce but distant, like she's already surrendered to her fate. And then your fire flares, wild, uncontrollable. The green glow surges across your arms, reacting to her presence. You run. The Marines fire. You don't care. The chains binding Robin melt in your grip. The guards stumble back, eyes wide at the sight of you shielding her with your burning arms. For a second, Robin looks like she might fight you until your fire brushes against her shoulder and leaves behind a vision. Her crying as a child, alone, betrayed. You both gasp. "I'm not your enemy," you whisper. She stares, breathless. That flame, it showed me. Me. You look down. The fire on your arms has faded, revealing a deep scar beneath, shaped like the Cipher Pol insignia, half burned away. You don't understand. But Robin's voice is shaking now. You're one of them, or you were. You hear the gates of justice groaning open in the distance. Marine horns blare. Spandam's voice howls over a den mushi loudspeaker, calling for your immediate execution. Robin takes your hand. "You shouldn't be here," she whispers as the flames begin to burn again. You stare through the smoke toward the rising tower and the sea beyond. You don't know who you are, but you know what you are now. You're the truth that fire reveals. And you've just declared war on the world government. The stone bridge cracks beneath your feet as you and Robin flee through the firelit ruins of Enies Lobby. Sirens scream above. Den mushi screens flare with your face, burning eyes, green flames, and a single headline, "Cipher Pol defector unleashed, Class A threat to justice." Robin stumbles. Her chains drag against the ground, too heavy, even melted. You scoop her up without thinking, her skin fever hot beneath the rain. She protests with a sharp, "I can walk," but you only shake your head. "I know," you murmur, "but you shouldn't have to. Not again." You don't know how you know that, but you see it in her eyes. The memory of being dragged, bound, powerless. And something inside you rebels. You don't know your past, but you know hers. A blast erupts ahead. The bridge buckles, stones flung into the sea. Through the smoke, two figures emerge, broad and square. One is a man with blue hair, a mechanical arm, and a furious glint in his eye. Frankie. The other is shorter, rounder, reindeer nose and tiny antlers, Chopper. They spot Robin in your arms and their expressions shift from anger to horror. "Put her down!" Chopper cries, eyes wet with fury. Frankie's arm shifts, cannon barrels sliding into place. "I don't care what freaky power you've got, you touch our friend, you burn." Robin struggles out of your grip. "Wait, he's not..." Too late. Frankie fires. Instinct kicks in. You raise a wall of green fire, not to burn, but to reveal. The cannonball passes through the flame and hits the bridge, but you've already leapt forward, shielding Robin again. Frankie stops cold. The cannon's shell glows green and fades. No explosion. "What the hell?" Chopper blinks. "Your fire, it changed it." Robin steps forward. "It feeds on lies," she says. Her voice is steady now. "He saved me." Frankie lowers his cannon. "Chich, could have led with that." More Marines swarm the far end of the bridge. You look to Robin, who nods. She understands. You raise your hand. This time, the flames obey, not wild or ravenous, but sharp, purposeful. They rush across the stone in a serpentine trail, forming a barrier that dances with ethereal emerald heat. The Marines stop, confused. Some drop their weapons and run, clutching their heads. The lies they wear, false ranks, fake loyalties, buried truths, burn around them like cloaks of ash. Footsteps slam behind you. You whirl, fists up, just as he lands. Monkey D. Luffy. His hat glistens in the rain. His coat flaps open, battle-worn and stained. His eyes lock onto Robin first. Relief softens his face, then hardens when he sees you. His aura is wild. You feel the force of it, conqueror's hockey, raw and unfiltered. He steps forward. Each movement pulses like a war drum. "You with them?" he asks. His voice is calm, but the fury behind it crackles louder than your fire. Robin grabs his sleeve. "Luffy, he helped me." You meet his gaze. "I'm not here for you," you say. "I'm here because I want to destroy what they built." Luffy doesn't move. Robin steps between you. "He saved me from Spandam's guards. His power, it showed me myself. Not just memories. Truth." Chopper, trembling, whispers. "His flames didn't hurt us. They cleansed." Luffy tilts his head. "That's so." Then without warning, he grins. "Cool." You blink. "Cool?" He points at you. "You want to burn the world government?" You nod. He punches his fist into his palm. "Then you're with us." Just like that. Frankie groans. "That's it? He could be a ticking bomb, Luffy." "He is a ticking bomb," Robin says softly. "And I trust him." The words hit you harder than any Marine rifle. Robin, who spent a lifetime distrusting others, who only days ago was ready to give herself up to die. She trusts you. Your hands twitch. The fire calms. More figures rush onto the bridge. Zoro, swords drawn. Sanji, cigarette half spent. Usopp in his Soga King mask. They freeze at the sight of you but don't attack. You're not one of them, but you're not one of the enemy either. You're something new, something the world government couldn't bury. You glance at Robin again. She's watching you, eyes soft with something you don't quite recognize. "You with us?" Luffy asks one more time. You nod. "Until the lies are ashes." He grins wider. "Good, because it's time to kick their asses." Thunder cracks across the sky. The gates of justice loom ahead, and you, a stranger with a power born to reveal, step forward into battle beside pirates. The world is changing, and this time, you'll be the spark. The Tower of Law rises like a black tooth against the roiling sky, its windows aglow with chaos. Enies Lobby burns behind you, but the storm ahead is greater. You're sprinting across crumbling bridges beside Zoro, Sanji, and Frankie. Luffy and Robin broke off toward the inner chamber. Marines close in from every direction, their numbers endless, but your fire cuts a swath through the lies they carry like a blade through parchment. Zoro slashes forward, clearing the path with precise, brutal elegance. Sanji kicks a Marine skyward, smoke curling from his lips. Then you. Your flames spiral from your arms in fluid arcs, shields of emerald fire that ignite false ranks, reveal agents hidden in plain sight. One Marine screams as his uniform disintegrates, revealing Cipher Pol attire underneath. His own allies turn on him in confusion. They're eating each other now, Sanji mutters. You always this fun at parties? You don't answer. Your eyes are locked ahead, on the steel doors at the base of the tower. A pulse beats in your chest. Not just adrenaline. Memory. Each step closer, it returns. Cipher Pol, training in silence. Being told truth is a weapon for the weak. That only order matters. That lies preserve peace. You were one of them, and then you weren't. The doors crash open. Blueno steps out. He's taller than expected, silent as stone, his long beard curling with mist. The black suit of CP9 clings to his frame, untouched by the rain. Defector, he says, addressing you. Your flame is not justice, it is chaos. You step forward. Lies are what built this place. I'm just burning the scaffolding. He doesn't flinch. You were marked for elimination the moment you questioned Cipher Pol doctrine. You shouldn't be alive. You raise your hands. I am the consequence of what you buried. Blueno flicks his wrist. A door appears mid-air, splitting space like fabric. He vanishes through it, and reappears behind you. Fast. You spin, flames bursting from your palm, but he's already gone again. Doors open and close around you in blinks. He's everywhere. Zoro moves to assist, but a new wave of Marines swarms him. Sanji curses and dives into the fray. Frankie yells, "We'll hold the floor! Just don't die, fire boy!" You shut your eyes. Your power isn't speed. It isn't force. It's truth. You draw deep within. The flames ignite around your skin, not lashing out but pulling inward. Your perception sharpens. The storm slows. You see it. The shimmer of a lie. A flicker of unreality where Blueno steps from a false door behind you. You turn. Drive your fist into the space just as he emerges, and your flames consume the lie of his dimensional door. It collapses with a sound like glass shattering. Blueno staggers. His body glows, the truth bleeding through. You see it. His fear, his doubt, the training he swallowed, the moments he hesitated but never admitted. He growls, eyes wide. What are you doing? Showing you yourself. He lunges. You clash. His Tekai hardened fist against your burning palm. Each strike of his is met with truth-revealing heat. You see flashes, his recruitment, his orders. A child's voice crying out in a memory long buried. He weakens. You can't hold both, you tell him, voice cracking with the weight of it all. Lies and peace. One has to burn. Your fire surges. The bridge explodes in green flame as you release everything. Truth, pain, confusion, rage. Blueno is launched backward, crashing through one of his own portals and vanishing. Silence. Your knees buckle. The cost of using so much power all at once sears through your spine. Blood trickles from your nose. Sanji catches you. Hey, fire boy, don't you dare fall now. You manage a smile even as your vision spins. Zoro steps beside you, wiping blood from his swords. You're reckless. You look at them, realize you're not fighting alone. Then you speak. There's something you need to know. In the tower, there's a document. They pause. It names the Pluton, the weapon. It's real, and it's tied to Robin. Sanji's eyes narrow. You sure? Blueno's mind leaked when I broke his guard. They've hidden it for decades. Robin's life isn't just about history. It's about power. Zoro clenches his jaw. Then we get her out, no matter what. You nod. The tower looms above. You've cracked its foundation. Now it's time to bring the whole damn thing down. The stairs spiral like a serpent's spine, leading you ever upward through the bowels of the Tower of Law. Each level is a war zone, corpses, broken rifles, and the charred remains of 1,000 whispered lies. You reach the upper corridor just as Spandam's shrill laughter cuts through the thunder. There she is! He screeches into a den mushi, dragging Robin by the wrist across the rain-slick platform that leads to the gates of justice. Her ankles drag behind her, chains weighing her down, her strength nearly gone. I finally did it! Spandam howls. I captured the demon of Ohara. The world government will... You land behind him, your boots striking the stone like a hammer on iron. Spandam! He turns. His smile falters. Robin opens her eyes and sees you. You're barely standing. Smoke curls from your arms, your chest heaves with effort, the fire deep inside now flickering low. Every cell in your body screams, but you've come too far to stop. You, Spandam stammers, you were supposed to be dead. You're a traitor. You're nothing. You raise your hand. The flames answer. Not in anger this time, but in clarity. They don't roar. They whisper. Around you, the very air shimmers with unspoken truths. Spandam stumbles back as the platform around him begins to glow. Fragments of hidden recordings, documents, and confessions long buried. Projected in thin light, your flame pulls secrets from the walls. Robin watches with wide, trembling eyes. I know what they did to Ohara, you say, voice low, firm. I know what they fear, and I know what you are, Spandam. Shut up, he shrieks, raising a whip. You don't flinch. Your father orchestrated the slaughter of an island. You've spent your life covering his tracks. You think you're part of something bigger, but you're just his echo. The whip cracks. It burns in midair, disintegrating into ash before it ever touches you. Spandam turns to run, dragging Robin toward the yawning gates, but you're faster. You appear in front of him, the fire surging through your steps. You slam your palm into the ground. A ring of green flame circles Spandam, isolating him. From the fire, illusions flicker, Ohara burning, scholars screaming, a child crying beneath bookshelves. Robin's breath catches. No more lies, you whisper. Spandam collapses, sobbing, clawing at the hallucinations your fire feeds him. He babbles denials, contradictions, until his voice gives out, and all that remains is silence. You kneel, unlocking Robin's chains. Her hands are bleeding, her lips tremble. Why? She whispers. Why are you doing this? You look at her. Even now, you're not sure who you were. But in this moment, you know who you are. Because someone should have done it for you a long time ago. Her shoulders shake. She presses her forehead to yours. Thank you. You barely hear her over the storm, but her touch steadies you. Behind, the bridge erupts in gunfire. The Buster Call fleet has begun its bombardment. Battleships appear like shadows on the horizon. You have to go, you say. Robin grabs your hand. No, not without you. But you can feel it. Your fire won't last. It's burning too hot now. Not just the lies of others, but the weight of your own past. I was Cipher Pol. I trained with them. I believed them, you say. But something broke. I found records. I asked questions. They tried to erase me. Robin stares at you, as if seeing you clearly for the first time. You survived. I didn't, you reply. But I became something else. A cannonball slams into the far tower, showering you in sparks. The gates begin to creak open. Massive, ancient, impossible. I'll hold the path, you say. Get to your friends. I'm not leaving you. You reach into your coat, pull out a small black book, the remnants of your field journal. You press it into her hand. It's all in here. Pluton, Cipher Pol, everything they tried to bury. Finish what I started. Her hand closes around it. Then you turn and walk toward the advancing Marines. You stand alone between the Straw Hat's last chance at escape and the mouth of annihilation. The fire bursts from your spine like wings. Green, brilliant, uncontained. Your last truth. You scream, not in pain, but declaration. I am the lie that burned. The flames detonate outward in a dome of cleansing fire. Every soldier hesitates. Every lie they were taught, about Robin, about Ohara, about justice, rises like ghosts above them, and is consumed. You collapse to one knee. Your body is breaking. Your vision dims. But behind you, Robin runs free. And before you, the truth burns bright. The Buster Call descends like Judgment Day. Cannon fire rips through the skies. Battleships roar as they unleash their payloads, pulverizing the stone towers of Enies Lobby. Flames lick the heavens. The sea churns, angry and black, as if the world itself is rebelling. You kneel amid the chaos, body shattered, vision flickering, arms scorched to the bone. The Verdant Flame, once a wildfire, now sputters dimly across your chest, green embers swirling in the wind like dying stars. You feel yourself fading, but you stay. You must. Behind you, the Straw Hats flee across the collapsing bridge. Luffy drags Robin forward, their bodies battered but their spirits alight. Sanji, Zoro, Chopper, Usopp, and Frankie trail close, each wounded, each fighting to keep the others moving. Robin looks back. Her mouth opens, your name forming on her lips. Then the bridge beneath her crumbles. She screams. You rise, somehow. The last of your fire floods through your veins. You throw your arm forward, and the Verdant Flame leaps from your palm, not as a weapon, but a path. A bridge of green fire burns between the falling stones, solid enough for one moment, just long enough. Robin stumbles across, collapsing into Luffy's arms. You sag, drained. From the edge of the cliffs, cannons line up again. The final barrage begins. You raise both arms. You don't have fire left, but you have will. The flames within your body ignite one last time, not from rage or sorrow, but from belief. Belief in her. Belief in them. A dome of green fire erupts, shielding the Straw Hats as the first wave of cannonballs descends. They strike the barrier, absorbed by the truth burning within. And then, it all goes white. Silence. Somewhere in the haze, you hear her voice. Please, Robin says, don't die. Not like this. You open your eyes. The sky is smoke and ash. You're lying in the crater of your own making, your body half submerged in stone and fire. Robin kneels beside you, her hands trembling. Luffy and the others are shouting. Frankie's Den Mushi buzzes with static. Somewhere, the Going Merry appears, miraculously riding a wave through the shattered sea, guided by some impossible fate. Go, you whisper. Robin shakes her head. You burned for me. And I'd do it again, you say, coughing. Because they buried you beneath their lies, and I know what that's like. Her fingers grip yours. You showed me who I was, she says. Not just what I feared, but who I am. You smile. Then that's enough. Zoro's voice cuts through the noise. We have to leave, now! Robin hesitates. Your hand slips from hers, but just before the light in your eyes fades completely, you point. Not to her, to the broadcast tower, still intact. Robin's eyes widen. The Verdant Flame flickers toward it, your last breath carried by wind and hope. The fire slithers through the wires, into the Den Mushi's camera lens. And then, the truth is released. Across the world, Den Mushi eyes blink open. Screens in Marineford, Alabasta, Water 7, and even remote islands flicker to life. They show you, standing amid fire, surrounded by Marines, words carved into flame. O'Hara was right. They show Robin's face, tears in her eyes, shackles falling away. They show Spandam screaming beneath illusions of truth. They show the world government for what it is. Lies unravel like thread. A revolution of minds begins. Later, long after the Straw Hats vanish into the sea, the ruins of Enies Lobby smolder in silence. No body is found, just green embers on stone. Robin sits in the dark hull of the Going Merry, clutching the small black journal you gave her. She hasn't opened it yet. She's afraid the last truth inside might break her. But then she hears your voice again, not in memory, but in spirit. If truth burns the world, let it burn brighter still. She opens it. Inside your final entry, I was made to protect their secrets. But in the end, I chose to protect hers. A tear falls onto the page. Outside, Luffy yells something stupid. Sanji calls for food. Usopp laughs too loud. The sea rolls on. Robin closes the journal and smiles. Because you didn't die in fire. You became it. It begins with a whisper. On a forgotten island in the West Blue, an old man sits outside a shack lined with scrap metal and weathered parchment. Children gather around him each evening, not for food, but for stories. They ask about pirates, about heroes. But tonight, the old man tells them of something else. Of fire. A long time ago, he begins, voice low and crackling like old wood. A green flame burned so bright it made even the sky flinch. They called it the Verdant Inferno. The children lean in, wide-eyed. Did it destroy the world? One boy asks. The old man chuckles. No, it revealed it. Across the seas, the name spreads again. The firebrand, the traitor who told the truth, the ghost of Enies Lobby. The world government denies everything. They issue revised statements. Den Mushi broadcasts are scrubbed. But it's too late. People saw. Your fire, though brief, lit a fuse no ocean could extinguish. In a shaded corner of the Thousand Sunny, Robin rests beneath the afternoon sun, the wind tugging gently at her cloak. In her lap sits your journal, edges singed, pages now worn soft by her hands. She reads the final passage over and over. Truth without kindness is a blade, but kindness without truth is a prison. She closes her eyes. She can still feel it, your hand against hers, trembling but fierce. The fire didn't just reveal lies. It warmed. It protected. It chose her. Luffy wanders over, arms behind his head, grinning lazily. You thinking about them again? Robin nods. Always. Luffy sits beside her, cross-legged. They were strong, he says, and for once, his voice lacks its usual thunder. We wouldn't have made it out without him. Robin smiles faintly. They weren't just strong, they were true. A pause. Then Luffy taps her shoulder. Hey, I don't think fire like that just disappears. Robin turns. Luffy grins. I think it finds new places to burn. Somewhere on a distant island swallowed by jungle, a green spark dances through the trees. A child discovers a piece of stone buried in ash, marked with strange writing. Cipher Pol, scratched out with flame. The jungle seems to hold its breath. Then the spark flickers into the air, spinning once before vanishing. The Verdant Flame lives on. In stories, in whispers, in Robin's memories. And maybe, just maybe, in something more. You were never meant to last. You were meant to ignite. And in doing so, you became something no government, no marine, no lie could contain. You became the truth that refused to die. You became the fire in her voice, the courage in their cause, the spark behind the next great storm.